and I hope you can hear me now because I had my audio interface muted. Hi guys, how are you doing this fine evening? I'm doing well and I hope you're doing well as well. I'm very excited to look at the Elementor Q2 event, and there was also a video just 1 hour before the Elementor event released by Bricks, and I want to look at both of them. Let's see if we can get that within 1 hour and a half, including discussions. Let's start off with the Elementor, because I'm very excited about what they announced last quarter, that they will be releasing some kind of new editor in V4. Of course, I already watched it a bit during my work. Bricks! No, Elementor is better, Jimmy. We all know that. It's a professional tool, right? Just like some famous people say. Let me see if we can start up Twitch as well. It's still not working with ATM multi-stream. I really need to try it next week to set it up, because I want to stream to Twitch as well. Just having two platforms, diversifying a little bit, not one place to stream everything. I need to see how I can set it up. But first, not getting there, nice. We're going to look at Elementor. They released their roadmap of thourgh Q2, and let's watch it together. I want to give my honest opinion, thoughts, and hopefully dreams as well. But it's mainly sharing what I see. That's why I'm wearing my headphones, because else the music would be too soft. So let's see. Hello, little brother. How are you doing? How nice of you to join. Like that you are here today. So let's have a look at Elementor, because I'm very excited about the new version. And let's chill, hang out, and see what they are up to for the next quarter. Let me know if the audio is okay. I guess we're going to skip the whole minute, right? That's why I love to watch this after the live stream, that you can skip ahead a little bit. Hey Teed, how are you doing? I'm nice of you to join. How are you doing? 2, 1. No, skip.
I'm very excited to welcome you to our Q2 2025 Roadmap event.
And I'm excited to watch this video.
I'm Ziv, your host for today, and we have a lot of exciting things to show you. Now, back in January, we hosted our first ever annual Web Forward event, where we shared our vision for the year ahead and how we are evolving from a website builder into a full platform for web creators.
Hi, Ziv. Love that
Giving
comment.
you the capabilities to build powerful websites and grow professionally. That event set the stage for what's next. And today, we're building on that momentum,
not met him
giving you a
yet.
closer look at the latest tools and updates and how they'll impact your business. As professional web creators, your success depends on the tools you use and how effectively you use them. The right ones don't just help you build websites, they help you run them, grow them, and scale your business. And here's something we are incredibly proud of. Today, Elementor powers just over 12% of the entire internet.
12% of the entire internet? How did they found those metrics? That's a lot. That's a lot for a page builder with WordPress having a 40%-ish market cap, if I remember correctly. 12% is insane.
That's right. 1 in every 8 websites is built with Elementor. That's all thanks to you, our amazing community.
You're welcome, Elementor. We love the tool. At least I do. Not always, but sometimes.
All right, let's dive into today's agenda. We're kicking things off with Elementor AI and HelloBiz, 2 powerful tools designed to help you build professional websites by improving your workflow and helping you build faster. We'll see what's already available for you to use today and give you a sneak peek at what's coming soon. Then we'll hear from Christy Nash.
I think I'm going to skip the HelloBiz and hosting, because I have Hello. I like to use the Hello theme from Elementor, so I'm not very interesting in this one. Hosting, we have a perfect solution for that. I also like to use my own hosting because I can have more control over it, and I'm not because I love to set up VPS using Server Avatar. So Elementor AI, I think it's very interesting to take a look at. Editor V4 as well. But we can also maybe speed it up in the sections that I'm less interested in, just to see what they
spoke with us at WordCamp Asia, as she shares how she uses Elementor hosting as a fast, reliable foundation to easily build and launch client sites. After that, we'll hear the latest on Editor version 4 and take a closer look at how its new features and workflows will shape the future of building websites with Elementor. Next, we'll shift gears and focus on what happens after launch, keeping your websites running smoothly. We'll walk through SiteMailer, Image Optimizer, and the all-new LI Accessibility plugin, 3 dedicated tools that help you maintain high-performing and hassle-free.
I saw that Dave already had a reaction to it as well. So I will be opening up the Facebook comment that he left afterwards.
And lastly, after building, publishing, and making sure your sites run smoothly, a great website shouldn't just exist. It should help your clients grow. In this final part, we'll explore what's new in Send.
Is 1.5 times the speed good enough for you to also hear what they are saying?
Our email and SMS marketing tool built to increase engagement, boost conversions, and drive real business growth. It's not only a powerful way to help your clients succeed, it's also a chance to expand your own services and grow your business along the way. A lot of exciting updates to discuss today, so let's get started. Your ability to build beautiful, high-performing websites efficiently is what sets you apart as a professional. Elementor's AI site planner, Hello BizTeam, and our professional editor.
Is there a caption? Do you want captions? Yeah, of course.
Now evolving towards version 4, are all built to help you do exactly that.
Is it readable?
Giving you the...
It doesn't matter how much I zoom in, the caption stays really tiny, I'm sorry. But we can still do this. I don't know what the original size was.
The capabilities to build smarter.
It's the Super Mario tube. That's exactly my thought every time I saw this video. They had like a greenish thing. I was like, is it Super Mario? I expected that every moment Super Mario would pop out and say, yoo-hoo!
Now evolving, and you'll have the foundation to support everything you create. Let's start with Elementor's AI-powered site planner. It speeds up your
Elementals.
journey from idea to launch by instantly generating briefs, sitemaps, and wireframes. And to show us what's new and how to get the most out of it, let me hand it over to Christina, who's been working closely with the team and has all the latest updates. Christina, over to you.
So this part I'm interested in, Elementor AI.
Today, building a great website means moving fast, aligning clients, and delivering quality at scale. And that's exactly why we built Site Planner, an AI-powered.
It's scripted, right? So
powerful, free addition to our Elementor AI suite that helps you move from idea to execution faster. And from what we've already been hearing, it's becoming one of the most impactful tools in your brief, sitemap, and wireframe in just...
Yeah. If you are not familiar yet with the site planner, she goes over what it does, and it helps you create a project brief, sitemap, and wireframe with an easy clicks. And they have added some new things and tweaks that we're going to see just in a moment. And of course, it works only with Elementor, so that's very nice to know as well.
Minutes. So whether you're a solo creator, business launching a new product, Site Planner helps you hit the ground running and keep rolling out exciting.
From the things that I saw in the promise in the Q1, it looked very promising that you could have in the future some kind of person added to the meeting that can catch the feedback. So
new updates that make it even
very excited about that.
Even more collaborative, customizable, and scalable. Back in January, we introduced you to the AI Note Taker, foundation for your website by
This is the one that I meant, with the Note Taker that it takes the notes and creates a brief for you.
Conversation and turning it into a structured project brief into Google Meet calls. We've made Site Planner even more accessible for our global community. You can now use it in any language, whether it's written from left to right, even works in those two.
So it's now multilingual. So if you have are talking in Dutch, for example, in my case, then it will be supported as well.
Just start chatting in the language that feels respond, and eventually the full website kit complete with AI-generated subject-relevant content.
Nice.
Or, if you prefer, you can still generate your final results in English. This update removes a major barrier for creators around the world. You get to think and create in a language that feels most natural to you, while still delivering polished results forward towards making web creation, e-commerce count, cart, and checkout.
Ooh, even WooCommerce pages. That's awesome. I might skip a bunch because I don't think everything is interesting that they are talking about. It's a lot of fluff, if you ask me. But I get for marketing material, you need to add that. But I'm not a marketeer. I'm here to give my
These pages are essential, but let's be honest, they're a little repetitive to build out. So this update cuts down the busy work so you can focus on what really matters, customizing the experience. It means faster delivery, more projects completed, and more time for creative work. Now, one of your most requested features since launching is now live. Styling options inside Site Planner.
Styling options is just like Reloom has released last a month ago, I guess, where you can go from a wireframe to styling options, where you can set the colors, the fonts, and that sort of things. Also add in images.
Early stage design can be abstract, and it's hard for clients to visualize the final product. So now,
if it doesn't fall from your hips, you don't need a belt, right?
you can add style settings like fonts, your entire color palette, your logo right inside your wireframe.
Look at that. That's really nice that you can create a wireframe, that you can give some kind of guide in what kind of concept you want to use. This is the colors that perhaps can be usable. These kinds of fonts will match with the brand, and also having the logo in there.
Let's take a
so that you have a more feeling and know how the final result will look. So that's awesome.
Click on the Style button in the Wireframe tab, and you'll see that Site Planner has already assigned a suggested color palette.
Nice.
This is automatically generated by AI based on your project brief using clues like industry, tone, or any brand preferences that you've already shared. But of course, you are always in control. So you can fine-tune the look by dropping in the brand colors, using the color picker, entering the hex codes, choosing fonts, uploading your logo, all directly within Site Planner. And as you make changes, your wireframe updates in real time. This helps clients give clear feedback, trust your vision earlier, and it speeds up the entire design phase.
I do think this will help out majorly. We're still always in control. Yeah, that's nice. But you have to pay for it, right? I don't know how expensive it will become, but in the end, if you get control, you will pay more for it. But I really do like the idea that they are giving the options to update the concepts in the wireframes real life. I can also see this being used to give some guidance towards how it will look and feel. And then you will fine-tune it. Usually I prefer to do it in Figma, but if that's available, and I think most people will do that in Elementor as well. It's not my preferred way of working, but I can see people loving to do that. Fancy stuff, show us the DOM. Nice. It will be improved. We'll see editor as soon as if brands have default colors. I hope they do, because else it will not be the branding. Usually you can talk about your brand in a certain kind of way, that you want to be powerful, being seen powerful, or like me, I want to be chilled and relaxed. So that's why I'm using dark blue colors and red colors to mimic sunset. Because, yeah, it's night when I do these kinds of live streams, and it's more a chilled and relaxed kind of thing. I also need to feel it myself sometimes, but that's what you get. Some brands do have some kind of default colors that they can use. Even some customers don't have a branding that they can use by default, but then you can easily change them, and you can see how the colors will change the website as well. So I love how they are approaching this.
And the best part? These choices carry over into Elementor as global styles, So when it's time to build, you're not starting from
That's nice that it immediately is global styles instead of that's hard coded, so to
scratch.
speak.
You're picking up right from where you left off. Once everything is set, we've now added the ability for you to easily share the sitemap, wireframe, and styles with your client to keep things moving forward. Read only, of course. Now, because creativity doesn't wait for your desk, Site Planner now works beautifully on mobile. You can kick off a new project on your phone.
Nice,
then, when you're ready, it's all about keeping your momentum going. On any of the goals.
Does that mean that I can put my phone somewhere and that they can listen into the conversation? That would be awesome, because I see the girl on the phone typing. I wouldn't be doing that during a conversation, especially when you have some kind of note taker application. I'm curious.
Goals anytime, anywhere. Fine. It's all about keeping your momentum going. So great ideas never get lost at what's coming up this quarter. We're giving you more control over wireframes.
Easy positioning. That's
there will
really
be a new editing
simple
options that let you swap in pre-designed blocks or...
This is something that Reloom does as well. You have the default sections, and if you want to, you can swap out. I hope the content will stay the same. I see that you have the section about, and then why choose us. So the content changes between the sections. This can also be the reason that you want different kind of copywriting and the amount of text being available. But I like that you can switch up the thing. Very scripted. Yeah, very scripted. It's what it is in a big company, and you want to tell everything in a very structured way that you cannot do it off the cuff like I do in the live streams.
Describe layouts using the prompt bar. You'll also be able to undo or redo changes, making iterations
yes, it's very obvious. Hopefully they can improve next time.
Smoother and faster. This allows you to experiment. We are integrating it directly into Elementor onboarding experience. So every new website has the option to start with a clear strategic design foundation. Next quarter, Site Planner is evolving to support more complex website types with deeper wireframe customization. Beyond Site Planner, we'll be continuing to expand Elementor AI across your full workflow. Soon, you'll be able to use AI to generate custom logos directly in the editor with a new logo generator. This is perfect for
redo and undo. Woohoo! It's just like the negative margin in Gutenberg.
early stage projects or quick branding needs. Object tool. Soon, you'll be able to isolate a single product image for Woo, giving your product visuals a clean, collaborate better and build smarter with AI at every step. Faster. I invite you to from the way over.
So if you want to try out and check out the Elementor Planner, there's a link there. Maybe we can do that after the planner.elementor.com. But let's continue first to the live stream.
Planner.elementor.com.
Christina, when working for Elementor, that business.
This one is the one that I'm going to speed up because I'm very not interested in HelloBiz, but maybe something interesting can be seen. 1.5 times.
Earlier this year, we launched a optimized web performance. It's designed to help you. We all know that building fast, high Hello Plus widgets and streamlined and competitive. HelloBiz helps fulfill this by offering pre-built website kits, content-focused Hello Plus widgets, and a streamlined home screen to guide you through website setup, providing a reliable starting point for any business website. As a web creator myself, I found these content-focused widgets extremely valuable, even on advanced sites built with Elementor Pro. Today, I'll walk you through some of the latest features of additions to HelloBiz and share a few tips on how to apply them into your own professional workflows. So without further ado, let's get started. This quarter,
isn't it a quote from Kanye West or the Daft Punk?
We introduced a contact widget, an all-in-one widget for building comprehensive contact sections, including contact details, social links, and a Google map, all within a single widget. It offers 3 flexible layout styles, adhering to best practices for contact pages and footers, enabling a faster, more intuitive building experience.
It's nice that they make it easier for small businesses to also create a website themselves and maintain it using HelloBiz and some easier to understand and intuitive plugins. I think what they are doing with HelloBiz will replace the Elementor that we know now, and the Elementor Pro version would have the local styles and that sort of things. So the free version will be the basic stuff that we can see right here, and then Pro will add on that one, I think. No, take our jobs. They took our job. The version was in German. So I expect all of us have had our share of a really bad experience, good and bad.
While HelloBiz provided ready-to-use footer layout, sometimes you'll want more customization capabilities to meet specific business needs, such as adding a newsletter sign-up or custom navigation. Here I've got a simple footer with a copyright notice. Let's enhance it by adding the new contact widget right above. I'll start by selecting a layout.
Having this kind of set, if we can create this kind of experience using the components that they are going to introduce in the future as well, that will be very awesome. That you can say, all right, these are the kinds of concepts that you can have on your website. These are the presets that you can have as a context. And these are the settings that are available. And then the client themselves can go out and build a section using the presets. It will be just changing how people will build with Elementor, so that will be very awesome.
Then I'll add a heading and a short description beneath it. In the contact details section, I'll add my details. And I'll add the business address here, along with a Waze link for easy navigation. On business sites, text to contact links or social icons. And reorder or toggle off any group that doesn't fit your needs. Moving on to another group, contact links. This is also a great... I'll change the subhead type to page name. Elementor's smart dropdown shows me a quick selection of page social icons group. Finally, we'll cell tab now.
Skipping a
From
little
here,
bit.
we can align the content vertically. Adjust the number of columns.
So this looks a little bit the same that we know, and they have added some kind of styling options. So you can set the alignment, contact details, so make it easier for people to build out their website. And I think it's really awesome.
Separate. For instance, we can make the content adjust.
It could also be a very nice option for us web designers to just build out a website as quickly as possible with these kinds of tools that they can manage them themselves. So we set them up once for $500, although you need to you can only buy a website from 5K upwards, because else what else you gonna do with that website? We want dynamic shape.
Just dimensions.
Yeah, I understand.
And tweak the border radius by selecting the shape to match your design,
itching, I'm sorry.
making for a truly streamlined workflow. Like we saw earlier.
When is Mario coming out? Mario! And there's even an arrow upwards, so he needs to pop out next time.
Just you may have noticed the introduction of the visual layout presets. The CTA widget, contact widget, visual layout presets offer wireframe.
This is already a discussion I had at work as well. We need a simpler way for people to just build out their website, that we can create the components and that they can have some kind of styling options and text changing options, not too much, and have previews so they can build out their website. So that will be very nice.
Access and saving time. Once you select a preset and input your content, you can still seamlessly switch between layouts without losing your content, providing flexibility and efficiency in your design workflow. The visual layout presets unlock numerous enhanced control or Hello Plus widgets to enhance your website. To maximize the benefits of these workflow boosting tools, we implemented two significant enhancements.
Deeper Elementor integration.
One, enhanced form light widget with form submissions feature. The form light widget enables you to quickly create contact sections. To augment its functionality, we've added the form submissions feature, streamlining your workflow and ensuring efficient. Dynamic tags, another powerful feature unlocked with Elementor Pro, are now available throughout every field in Hello Plus widgets. This empowers seamless incorporation of dynamic content, facilitating the development of more advanced and personalized. That's
nice that they make dynamic data available for people that don't want to pay right out of the bat with Elementor. If I remember correctly, Biz is free, so that's nice.
Websites, especially when utilizing the theme builder, like in this. Designed for seamless integration, HelloBiz enhances your web creation experience, offering a solid foundation for professional websites. You can download and install HelloBiz directly from the WordPress theme repository.
Yeah, look at that. Free. Just a free website for people just starting out. Easy, nice way.
We value your insights and invite you to share your feedback on how HelloBiz and the new Hello Plus widgets have influenced your web creation process in the community. Your experiences are instrumental in helping us.
That was a great look at how HelloBiz helps web creators of all skill levels build professional business. To spotlight another essential part, Elementor hosting was created to worry about performance on Trustpilot.
To me at all.
Can Asia greater speed and confidence.
Greater speed.
Elementor now.
User story. It's great. It's awesome. Let's look at it.
Many of you have been waiting for.
So
Back in January, during Web Forward, we announced edit.
You saw how fast the hosting was? I mean, I could skip right through it. It's amazing.
A reimagined editor designed to improve performance, streamline your day. We're excited to share that we've made valuable progress. And soon, you'll be able to experience the alpha version of Editor version 4 for yourself.
Editor version 4. And there's our beloved guy,
now,
Roy.
Let's welcome Roy to give us the very first demo of the new features. Roy.
It's with an I, not with a Y. Don't ask me why, but it's with an I.
Take it away.
Thanks, Eve. Let's do it. Moment, and your response, incredible. Many of you have been asking for CSS classes and more flexible capabilities to further empower professional web. I'm excited to announce that the first alpha version of Editor v4 is just around the corner.
First alpha version coming
very soon. Our team is busy
soon.
Testing and tweaking as we speak, and we're aiming to release it very, very soon. The beta for Editor version 329 will be released in the coming days, and as part of it...
So remember the version 329, and it's coming in the upcoming days, so it won't be long before we see it. Is there a way to see Elementor 3.29? Is there a roadmap for it? When will it be released? Editor. It says released beta. It's in the beta version or needs to be beta. But no expectation on that one. So let's go back.
You'll be able to opt in and start exploring a number of key Editor v4 features. But remember, this is just the first alpha version and the beginning of a phased rollout. At this point, we recommend trying Editor v4 features on staging and test sites, not on production sites.
Alpha versions not on production sites? Who does that? I mean, who does try a alpha version out on a staging site? You do that directly on production, right?
Throughout this year, new features will be continuously released, giving you time to explore.
By the way, I was kidding. Always do that on staging. For that part, every update you do that on staging. If you haven't done that already, be careful, because shit can explode.
And get used to Editor v4 at your own pace.
We'll be on GitHub when it's ready, right? So we need to be patient.
While also giving you the opportunity to provide us with your feedback. During this time, you'll be able to build pages that combine v3 and v4 elements. While the elements don't fully integrate, they can live alongside each other on the same page. But
so you will have double the amount of blocks. That's for the transition period.
Before we get into the first demo, I want to remind you of our guiding principles to developing Editor v4 and how it will be a real game changer. First,
do we need to see this? No. Because we know that the CSS oriented and they want to have some kind of components. I do
control variables, classes, and states.
Yeah.
Second are atomic elements, a component-based approach that lets you group multiple elements into a reusable component and create variations of it.
So they call it atomic elements, but it's actually components. That's it. A group of multiple elements into reusable components and create variations of it. So perhaps it will be very similar to what we saw with the Hello Biz kind of thing. This
widgets will make managing complex layouts and maintaining consistent design systems much easier. Third, Editor v4
finally managing and consistency throughout the website
is going to be fast. We're doing everything we can to improve performance so your websites load much faster, and the editing experience itself can be faster as well. Some of the speed will come by shifting to a class-based approach, but we're also removing unnecessary wrappers, which helps generate cleaner outputs. While the alpha versions...
Wrappers. Unnecessary wrappers. I wonder who that will be.
Still runs alongside v3, so you won't feel the full boost just yet. You'll already start to notice improvement.
I think perhaps that was an aim for them as well. You never know, right? That maybe they see that there's... they are running 12% of the web with Elementor already. Maybe they have noticed that professional builders that are more experienced with using the language of the internet, of the web, like classes, and are not afraid of writing a little bit of code. They want to move a little bit more towards that. That could be it. I don't think it's just copying. It's just seeing a potential market where you can fit into. Maybe
improvements. And once Editor v4 can be used on its own, the performance difference will be really impactful. And lastly, a modernized user experience.
Nice.
We're reimagining the editor experience, making it smoother.
Oh, look at that. You only have 2 tabs, general and style options.
And more intuitive, with a new layout and game-changing features like the unified style tab, inline editing, multi-select, and full responsive customization built in. So now that we've covered the key principles, what are the features that you already get to experience in this first alpha version? You'll get the unified style tab, classes, in later versions in fully responsive styling.
So the Editor v4 alpha version has limited options available right out of the gate, right? You have a unified style tab, so that the style tab is at least for the v4 components or elements are looking the same. You can use classes, states, and create fully responsive designs. This means that components will be released later, so not in this version.
Capabilities. However, this is just the beginning, and there will be much more to experience in later versions of Editor V4. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now, it's time for the first ever demo of Editor V4. Wow, I'm excited.
Woohoo.
Okay, let's jump into the alpha version.
Let's see this on normal speed instead of 12. So this is how it will look, right? You'll see that there are elements V4, it's in alpha version, so it's nice and clear that you can't use it directly. And there's also some kind of element there that you see and can identify when V4 elements are used. And here are the old versions.
After activating Editor V4, the first change you'll see is in the widgets panel.
Yep,
now we have this new Editor V4 section, which currently has 7 elements. We have just 2 tabs, General and a div block. As you can see,
so this is the new settings panel. We see an HTML tag that you can change the tag as well.
We now have just 2 tabs, General and Style.
Select.
The Style tab includes all the styling options we need
Classes
in one
are already available.
place.
And this is the swatch kind of thing, the color swatch, and I guess that you can maintain your
Let's go ahead and also add an image.
V4 also German.
Notice that all these elements share the same style options, a major shift from the current editor. Because
I like the way they have created this. Would be nice if it's maybe a little bit different, but it's
different
fine.
widgets have different style options. We've unified the styling experience, so all elements share a single, consistent interface for design and controls. This change makes your workflow or are simply not available. Now everything is in one place. This is the foundation for a more scalable, professional-grade design system that will support future features like variables and atomic components. Next are classes, one of your most requested features. I'm going to add 4 separate heading elements here.
Look at that.
Each one individually, I'll create a single class called list title.
List title. And you can make a change to it called Sora. That's nice. A wink wink, I guess. You can change the settings. Look at the pixel kind of thing also looking a little bit different. So the unit of measures, I wonder if they will be changeable when you're typing it in. You say 90 EM or so, maybe 3 EM. That will change the pixel value as well. You have all the other options that you quite possibly need.
There we go.
Link and unlink. Would be nice if you can set it also for inline.
I'll apply it to all 4 headings.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is what we want, right?
Okay, let's take it a step further. Let's create a primary and secondary button with shared styles. I'll add a class for the buttons. I'll define padding, size, colors. Local settings refer to the styles applied directly to an individual element. Things like manually changing the background color, text size, or margins within the element itself. These local settings take priority over any style applied through another class. So if I change the local background color here, you'll setting...
Yeah, that's something that we already know.
Now let's add a new class.
A new class, all right.
As you see, it overrides the previous class because it's newer. But of course, I need control over the hierarchy, and that's where the...
So you need control of the hierarchy. In Web Studio, you can drag the button 2 behind the button 1, and then the button is the main, and this is the second one.
Class Manager comes in. In the Class Manager, I can adjust the hierarchy by just dragging and dropping classes.
This is nice.
I can also rename a class or even delete it. I can also remove the class from the element itself, but this is local, so it still exists as part of my design system, and I can bring it back or adjust it anywhere. Let's go ahead and apply our button class
yes,
to the remaining buttons across our page. It's color and wants us to try something else. Watch this. I'm gonna...
Yeah, we know how this works. This is
just
to
control hover, focus, and active states visually.
Yeah.
First, let's take this button and add a link to it.
Nice link. I do
Now
like
let's add
how clean the UI looks.
the hover states. I'll change the font color on hover.
Nice. It's nice how they solved it inline, that you, with the kebab menu, that's what it's called in UI design, they can change the states.
Great. Last but not least, let's see how Editor V4 makes responsive design limitless. In the current, it enables you to control so you can create screen size. This simple example, I'll first change the background color of the whole section. Next, I'll select the heading and adjust its text color.
I hope you're also being able to do that within the section itself, that you can change the text color within the section, and then all the contents will inherit that. Kebab. Yeah, that's what it's called, the kebab menu.
Also change the image's background color overlay.
I don't know if there's a classes overview, but at least you can select the hierarchy of it.
Okay, now when I switch back to the desktop view, you see a different design and layout. So that means we can create completely unique experiences for different users using different devices. No coding required. So as I previously mentioned, you can combine Editor V3 and Editor V4 elements on the same page. However, if you look at this V3 widgets, you'll notice that it doesn't support classes and the Style tab is unchanged. That means that while V3 and V4 elements can coexist on the same page, they function independently. Now that you've seen the power of Editor V4, here's how you can get started.
Go to their website and then
Settings,
you can see...
You'll see a new tab called Editor V4.
So when Editor... I'm very excited about this one because Elementor is one of the biggest tools that you can use, right? It's powering 12% of the web. And that's why I'm so interesting about how this will go away and how they build it up and that they finally make it available for us to build with. We're used to doing that in bricks, we're used to doing that in other tools. So having that in Elementor, one of the biggest player, is awesome. And I like they do it in a kind of similar way that others do this as well, but I do like how they approach the state and also changing the hierarchy of the classes. So
simply
I'm very excited about this one.
You'll be guided through a few confirmation steps, and that's it. You can start building with Editor V4. This is just the first step in a...
So we need to wait for Elementor 3.29 before we get this out, and then you get a nice tab where you can select Editor V4 and you get a disclaimer that you are aware of what you're doing and want to try out this experience. You can start building with,
and we want you, V4, sign up for an early test version.
Yeah, that's the next thing to worry about, right? Slowing down speed. But I had a chat yesterday with a company called Rapid Cloud. They have awesome hosting. So if you are worried with the slowdown website, go with that hosting and you will be solid. It was really awesome to see them.
So we don't recommend using it for production sites. Just we have dedicated teams already working on the next phases of Editor V4. In future versions, you can expect to see many more game-changing capabilities. In fact, the next Editor V4 feature that we will introduce next quarter is variables, a new generation of...
So variables will be added next quarter. So from, I don't know, April, May, June, July, I guess, something like that. You work at a hosting company. I didn't know that.
Globals that will simplify your design process by allowing you to define and manage...
Oh, look how this looks. That looks interesting. You can have the variables and have a option like we see in other editors as well to select
fonts,
different kind
colors,
of
and sizes globally. Update them once and your entire site will adapt instantly.
No wrapper, we will see, right? I can't wait to play with this. I'm very excited.
Later this year, you'll also get atomic components, drag and drop enhancements, a new editor
drag and drop enhancements. What kind of fake term is that? Atomic components, just components, yeah. They are using 3 different names for this. Components at first, and in the slides it's called atomic elements, and now they're calling it atomic components. What is this? Is this... Please explain. But for me, those are components. So I'm very excited about that one. It will be end of this year, perhaps, that they can introduce the components itself, because next will be the variables, And I hope that the version after that, so the quarter after that, so they do quarterly sprints. So Q4 is the end of the year. They will introduce components, and then in next year, drag and drop enhancements and
UI
new editor
and so much more.
UI.
But beyond Editor v4, we're also working on a powerful new Cloud Templates library. This will let you save, manage, access, and
that's awesome.
Share design elements across projects and users.
That's really awesome. That's something that I really want to solve right now, because we want to use some kind of system, and then you you go around and make changes on one side, and you have a wireframe template that you want to reuse. This is so awesome that you have a way to solve saving that in the cloud. I can imagine that it will be very expensive as well, so you have to pay for it. But it's awesome
whether
that
it's sections, containers, or full pages. If
you can connect this to your own Google Drive whatsoever, that will be game changing. Instead of just having the proprietary version of it, the single pieces like a paragraph heading. I see. Yeah. Components with, but they are introducing the components and elements as being a group of things. So I think so as well. It would be nice if you have the
complete with all their content, style, media, and attachments, containers, or full pages across projects and users, whether it's section.
Does that also mean that we can create a cloud template version specifically for the designs that we have made for a specific customer? That would be awesome. And can this also be stored locally, not only on the cloud? So if we create a template, that we can have our own Elementor library, so to speak.
Containers or full pages, complete with all their content, style, media, and attachments. It's designed to boost design speed, ensure consistency, and help teams
this is awesome. You get previews. I was just wondering.
Work more efficiently across multiple sites. More on that in the coming months. Of course, we will keep you updated when more features and capabilities are introduced. There's a lot to look forward to. So, go to elementor.com.
What do you guys think about Elementor v4? I'm excited about it. I think the changes that they are making and having the differences between the Hello Biz and the more pro options, and I can also see them being separate. That the Hello Biz will be more for the free version usage for people that are just starting out, and Elementor Pro getting these kinds of capabilities, and that we can build that as well. Cloud game changing, and if he has this for ages, yes, okay. So, and Basil, they open good stuff.
/editor-v4 will help shape the future of Editor v4, and with it, the future of Web GitHub. Your feedback will help shape the future of Editor
Experience in GitHub, all right?
Thanks, Roy.
So we'll be doing a live stream with the Editor v4 when it comes out. I don't know when it will happen. They say that they claim that it will be days, but I have something already planned for next week, so maybe we can just start the week afterwards.
It was an exciting first look at what's coming.
Yeah. So in Basil, they opened the good stuff, I guess so. I need to schedule that WordCamp EU, by the way.
Coming with Editor version 4. And we can't wait for you to we all know, build efficiently is reliable email and preferring.
Email. All right. This is going to be...
Last year, we introduced 2 new plugins to the Elementor ecosystem. SiteMailer and Image Optimizer, both designed to solve critical challenges for web creators, reliable email deliverability, and faster website performance.
Yeah.
Let's start with SiteMailer. With over 100,000 active installs, it uses a modern API-based approach rather than an outdated SMTP to dramatically improve email deliverability. Whether it's form submissions, order confirmations, or client communications, SiteMailer helps ensure your emails land where they should. You can also track deliverability.
Really want to join. If you guys are going to WordCamp, let me know. Sponsored for the WordCamp. Maybe you should reach out to Elementor as well for the accessibility kind of things that you're doing, and perhaps with Grade or whatever tools, CrocoBlock maybe can help you out as well. That would all be awesome, by the way. Yeah, buying the ticket isn't that hard, but also having the travel towards there and then also booking the hotel, it's a lot of money in one go.
and troubleshoot issues, giving you more confidence and control. Then there's
So if you'd like to sponsor Dave and me as well to go to WordCamp EU, but Tiet, I would love to meet you
Image
there.
Optimizer, now with over 1 million active installs. It automatically compresses and serves if and rank higher.
Nice.
It also helps deliver better experiences to their clients.
User story. It's amazing to use these kinds of things, images and that sort of things.
And today we'll show sites without added
accessibility.
complexity.
Dave,
We
this
recently
is your
released the first
thing.
phase of Ally, giving you the essential
Airbnb.
tools to
Alright.
get started. And today we'll show you what's available now and what's coming next. With this initial release, Ally enables you to add a usability widget to your site, giving visitors control over visual adjustments. It also lets you generate and publish a customized accessibility statement as required by law in many countries. We're constantly updating the plugin and have recently
Nice.
added 3 helpful features. Screen Reader, a native multilingual tool integrated right into the widget. Choose from fast, normal, or slow reading speeds so users can have website content read aloud without the need for external software.
How was the experience, Dave, with the overlay?
Analytics. Gain access to interactive dashboards with line graphs, pie charts from the widget, allowing for seamless, fully customized integration with your website's design. Big things are on the way. Here's what we're working on for the next release. Site Scanner, an automated tool that thoroughly scans your entire website.
Ah, look at that. Scanning and auto-remediation. I wonder how much issues it will fix eventually.
Quickly identifying any accessibility issues. An intuitive step-by-step guide that walks you through.
You can only go so far with the technology, right? Doing the tab kind of walkthrough for your website
Resolving
still needs to be
accessibility
done
issues.
manually.
These updates are coming soon, and we can't wait for you to try them out. Ally is here to make accessibility easier, not just for your clients, but for you as a professional web creator beginning, with powerful features like the upcoming
Walkthrough of the tools that help as important as building it. So now that your site is up and running, what's next? How do you help your clients grow their... We're going to explain
Thank you to all our Send early access users who jumped in, tested, poked around, and showed 200 create beta. And we keep improving, keep tons of insights collected. We're excited to share that in the last 2 weeks of March, Send officially entered beta.
Send.
And we keep it now available to download directly from the WordPress repository. Send is more than a marketing tool. Built for WordPress, it connects seamlessly with WooCommerce stores.
As their marketing email campaign running, right? Yeah. With workflows, brand. Yeah, all right. I can see this as well. Last year in Torino. Nice. Integration with all kinds of forms that you can do email automation, have different kind of triggers. It's really awesome that they have baked it in Elementor. I wonder how much of the stack they are going to get try to have their own solution for, and how much plugins will not be needed when using Elementor. No, I didn't. I did not. Because I never set up any kind of marketing and automation. I don't know if I'm interested in doing that as well for now.
Brand is applied everywhere. Sounds surprisingly easy, right? Experience will take the or done with and enjoy the process. It's all part of making Send so far your engine web communities without the complexity. Get started with our free packages. Connect WordPress repositories.
That's awesome.
They help you run them,
They
grow them,
at least
and scale
have
your
some
business.
kind of
And that's exactly what today was all about.
option for
From
you.
planning and launching with Site Planner, HelloBiz, and Elementor Hosting, to designing with more control using editor vision to work smart, designed to support you at every stage of your journey.
So they want more of our money, or is this all included with the Elementor Pro plan? I wonder. But I'm very excited about the Editor 4. I'm very, very excited about that one. Let's see. I'm going to open this one up. The next one, I wanted to look at the changes of bricks. I see that this is a very lengthy one, so I will just skip over it a little bit and let's talk about it during the skimping.
Hey everyone, Thomas from Bricks here. We are really excited today to be finally able to share the brand new
Finally 2.0.
Bricks head over. This is an alpha release with videos. We're gonna have a look at the highlights.
Look at that change log. Elementor Manager, Builder UI revamp. Look at all the things that they have done. It's insane. All right, I'm going to skip through this because else it will take too long. So they have added some kind of builder capabilities.
Options. So you could
Of Elementor is a separate licensing plan. Yeah, that's also my thinking. It's too sound like a Trump commercial. I'm sorry. Make WordPress great again.
either define full access, edit content, and no access. Edit content was a very opinionated set of permissions that you had inside of the builder, but there wasn't options. So what we did now in Bricks 2.0 to really give you proper control.
This is going to relieve strict editor for what's called for advanced themer.
To decide what team members or maybe actual clients can see here on the screenshot specific category or what should not. Just go to how this actually works. Just going to jump.
Managing the general stuff and templates, global styles. So that's nice.
In the WordPress dashboard. So we just go to Brick settings and then under the builder access.
Granular control over the capabilities that people have. I would add not designer, but marketeer in here. Can you turn the value down 10%? Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's a little lower than
you will see those default capabilities that we already talked about, the full access, the added content, and the no access.
This will be better, I guess, right?
So you can view here what's actually possible for the viewer full access. Of course, you can.
That would be awesome, Dave. And then you can perhaps tell me what you think about it, because I don't have time to test out
and do everything here. There's nothing that's holding you back. For the no access, you have no access at all. If you're curious with the added content, what's actually possible, yeah.
You have, when you're just an editor, you can post pages. You have at least access to those post types within Bricks Builder. You can access revisions. You can set it to edit the properties instance.
What we basically settled on, what the user should be able to do. You can view it here. And this is just for viewing. This is not meant to be edited further. This is like also to be fully backwards compatible and just to have those predefined options. We keep them here.
For roles.
But if you need more control or even capability model here, and you can give your new capability.
Look at that, how granular of control, how much control you can have. I'm very curious.
We have that description to just explain for everyone what.
With seeing this, I can imagine why they delayed Bricks 2.0. Hey, Toby, how are you doing this fine evening? I hope you're doing well and had a great travels.
Capability is for who it's for and what should be possible and not. Here, I'm just going to delete it. There's a confirmation.
This looks awesome that you can have granular control over those.
The custom capability for all our to allow
those
the
things. Why is this not dark? Very good question.
Bricks access or Bricks edit for pages, not for any then they're going to show up here as well. In my case, I only have the posts and the pages. Under general, you can see all kinds of different features that we can, specific user features we can also add is option. There be properties if there's an instance.
Element editing and styling. So you have access to some of the options and not all of them. That's nice.
Component.
I hope the collapsible filters come soon. It's a blocker for me, huh? You can use different fields as well. Or maybe I didn't understand this. All right, thank you, Toby.
On the page, that editing and styling, all the elements here, including also custom elements. Elements. And this is a list
here you can set what kind of elements they can edit. Require of enabling content HTML settings. It's nice. Would be nice that if you click one thing in here that you automatically enable this one or get a warning for this means that people will be doing this. See you, Toby. Have a nice evening.
All the elements here, including also custom elements, should be able to add elements. I have not selected any elements for that capability, so that users are able to edit existing elements. So it basically has a sort of kind of content, some other options that I enabled for that capability as well. All right, then go down to the builder access. In my case now for the designer capability,
so here you have all the roles I can imagine within WordPress, and then you can set the role and what kind of capabilities they have. So role access.
Decided that all of my editors should be able to have that designer. So we can have a quick look and maybe just quickly here, and you can all settings the builder. Okay, let's just reload. And
look at that.
Come into the builder.
Take over, Thomas.
Let's just reload. And let's take it over. And you can see here.
Oh, nice page overview. I've never seen that.
The user has access to the settings, but there are no page settings, right? Because we decided here that this user should not have any access. So if I'm having a look now at the elements panel, I actually don't see the plus button because I'm not able to add any elements. I'm also not able to insert any components. So in that case here, the builder interface adjusts accordingly.
This has made me hungry. I'm off. Thanks. And eat well. And
those options.
What are you going to eat?
Simply not provided. If I would not have added template capability, the template folder would also not be here because then I wouldn't have
access to the templates.
That is missing. So if there was strict anything is missing, definitely let us know. more than 110 native elements. If you also count the WooCommerce elements, if you're using the
110 native elements that you can control. What?
In bricks inside the builder, because obviously you're gonna is.
So here you can set which kind of element you want to use, and you see how much times they have been used. So that's nice.
And as you can see, an element that's actually going to be used.
And if they're not used, then you can deactivate them in bulk, I hope.
Yeah, maybe it's missing somewhere. So this is a great way to filter by unused elements, and you can have a look and you can tweak. Same thing. The heading is still rendered, right? Because we just simply hide it in the builder.
Oh yeah, the element is not available anymore, so you need to activate it. It would be nice that you can activate it directly in here.
And our button element has been displayed. You might have already noticed inside the builder now that we explored the builder capabilities and the element manager that things look
the builder itself looks a little bit different.
I'm just going to jump quickly into the builder to show you a few things, just to highlight some parts so we feel any out.
So it has a high contrast, and in here you see some kind of border. So I guess people that don't see as well as I do will have more contrast and easier way to find things.
Yeah, the first thing that you will notice is that the color scheme here, or the color palette that we use for the builder, looks a little bit different.
True,
we use different shades here as well.
Using the roles. Oh.
And everything has a little bit more contrast. Is a little bit also, you can see on the structure panel too. And if we go to the style tab, you can see here everything looks a little bit more neat, right? A little bit fresher than it looked previously.
It's a nice styling revamp.
Also, if we go to the settings, nice. You can see here it looks template setting. We have some quick access to it. If we click here, it just brings us to the element manager with one click as well. And finally, that took quite some time to make it into bricks, but yeah, it's now available as well. To be able to share
the font manager.
Go inside of the builder, reload the builder, access your font. In the workflow, when you decide to manage your fonts, you can just go to the settings.
It's Indonesian food this time. Oh, nice. I'm from Indonesia. So what are you eating? I'm not from Indonesia. My grandparents are from Indonesian. So
everything here in one go, right? And upload it that way, the font variations. Super quick.
Nice.
Or if I want to do it one by one, I can just click this add button here, right? And not going to do that, so I'm just going to go back here.
Look at this. This is the custom fonts, Google Font Standard fonts, Adobe fonts. It's nice that they have added it and make it easier.
Right. So I'm going to click here.
Download
you can see it's now downloading.
Instead of just
once
having
it's done downloading, you can
on Google service.
See the little success message popping up, and you can also see this green check mark here, a little heart. You can now do that in bricks. And if you use it
and now you can also manage your icons as well, have some kind of libraries available.
We're already, and maybe someone by accident disables an icon set, you still want it to be rendered, right? So it's in terms of the built-in icon sets, which are actually...
It's such nice changes that they have done. It's awesome. That's nice.
We can also define our...
you can also change the SVGs as well. Have more granular control over SVGs. That's nice. It's something that was missing previously. SVGs are very easy to change the colors for and that sort of things because you can use CSS. And it's nice that you have some options right here.
Yeah, SVG styles there as well. So let's just jump into the builder. All right, let's head back to the SVG. You would have to resort to writing some manually. Actions, and that depends on the kind of elements that you've selected. You can see here in this screenshot, for example, we've selected 3 different elements. So we're only going to see the style tab because the content settings are going to be different for all of the elements. So yeah, we're not going to display them. But if you were to edit those 2 buttons here, the same elements, you're also going to be able to change. Need to be one button. We can select the first button. Normally, if I want to, in the structure panel, but also in the elements panel, with this highlighted in this blue colors, you can see as a different state here. Actually, bulk editing simultaneously. So there's a text for all 10 buttons.
So
I can just say here now,
it in one go. That's nice.
I'm just going to say a bulk button, and you can see it update.
Nice. So if you don't want to use components and want to make changes on different kind of sections, this is a very easy way to select it in structure and do it then there.
The text of all of my buttons. Also, both buttons are highlighted here with our blue. If I want everything, settings for different elements. So let's just say I select this tagline here. I'm just going to hold down Command. So you can see it immediately turns blue because I'm using the modifier key. And then I'm going to go down to this lead element here. So I'm not selecting the heading. Have different classes applied to them, so we cannot effectively really show this in the media
context
wrapper.
menu.
Let me just actually close that. No, the media wrapper is outside. But let's just say that I want to remove this content wrapper. So instead of moving those elements, what I can do now, of course, I can just select all of them and I just move them in front, right? That's possible
nice
with
that you can bulk select and then
but what you can also do as well, depending on which workflow you prefer, if you actually don't want to keep that content wrapper, you can just right click here, do an unwrap. And you can now
that's nice. That's removing the wrapper that you have added and then being able to just use the information that's inside of there, especially with this kind of section where it is just cascading down, right? This is the default flow of it, and there's not a lot of spacing extra needed between those sections.
Now see, it removed this wrapper that I just had here.
Visual Grid Builder.
Next up in...
Maxime's going to be mad.
Our 2.0 highlights reel is the new visual CSS grid builder. 2.0 possible, of course, using the text input controls, but you really need to know and resize or reposition individual grid items.
Does this mean, look at this, he has added a lot of blocks. Does that mean that we need to use blocks before we can use the grid options? I don't hope so.
We need to individually select them.
I hope that you can do that on each individual element as well, that you can set it inside of the grid, because that's what you are able to do when just writing CSS.
The grid column and the grid row, or move to a different position. So yeah, picker or the dynamic data picker for the display grid. If the poster we just loop over, right, so you can see here, post per page 3, order by date, and then yeah, post by post. And so this is my grid layout. It's just, yeah, then you can just drag it on any of its corners. In my case, now I'm just going to use the bottom right, and I'm going to drag it. This would be 2 columns, and now this would be 3. I'm going to release it.
Nice
and now
that you have some kind of visual way and seeing what you are changing.
Actually move the last one, positioned my...
And you can make the changes there, and in there you also have the custom CSS. This is something that I was missing, by the way, in the Elementor functionality of using classes, that you can set up the custom CSS as well. I hope they will do it some kind of way like this.
Last grid growth item here, right? It positioned it, and it also resized it accordingly.
Inherit setting indicator.
Of course, different breakpoints. If you
look at that, you can see that it got a setting from a different class, and you can see what kind of class it inherited. That's awesome.
And you can see
Kevin Geary wants to do that for HWP as well.
Where the setting is inherited from, this will automatically switch to this breakpoint, to the desktop breakpoint, and it's going to select this class here, right? So I'm just going to click on it, and now you can
look at that. You have selected the class, and then it goes to the breakpoint.
You can see that we're awesome. Editing this inherit type
of class. This makes it so much easier to do
class, and we're also on the desktop breakpoint, right? And now I can make any change that I want to. Now I'm editing. We also can see that we have set a background color, right, on this heading. And this background color, as I can see here from the indicator, that it has coming from this inherit BG class from the desktop breakpoint. So we click here. It's select icon, and when you clicked it, the pseudo class here, they are right.
A different way of adding pseudo classes. Ooh, that's awesome.
We check, and then I can see editing. A global level.
It's a nice icon within the classes instead of in the top bar. I didn't know about that. So in Elementor, the selector keyword should target the classes in custom CSS. The selector keyword should target the classes in custom CSS.
Edit my heading element.
I couldn't catch that from the initial video. So
see here that we have the selector icon right inside of our selector UI. So I click it, and now you can see our pseudo elements and classes on a global level.
I'm still missing some of selectors that you can pick. Focus, active, and hover are one of the choices, but you also can have first children and that sort of things that you can style. So will be interesting to see how that will work.
Those are available on every element, right? Not just the element that you're currently editing. If you want to style the hover, the pound sign, and so I can just heading on hover to
and
the
then
element.
You can make changes to it.
Icon is highlighted in our bricks yellow, so I know that there's a setting here applied to some. So it's highlighted in our bricks yellow, so I know that
it's highlighted in bricks yellow. I would say that they need to add a dot like this one in there as well. Just to make it more visible, because it's not very visible.
Some selector. So once I open that, I have a setting here. Interfering with anything that I'm going to, or extended selector UI, which now allows us actually to visually style any element and actually also any part of any element. So previously there was a lot of custom CSS involved. Also know how to correctly go with CSS style parts inside of my template element. Of course, this is actually right. So this is our loop item. If you remember from the front end. This is the loop item that we want to style. And the class name itself doesn't really say much, right? So I can also define a custom label here. So that later on, especially once I define a couple of selectors here, I know exactly what every selector is actually for, right? So I can just call this one loop item. I'm going to hit enter. And now you can see on the element level under selectors, I have my loop item. And the loop.
That's awesome.
Item also here you can see that currently inside of our template element on the ID level we are styling our loop item. So without writing any more custom CSS, I can just go straight.
I don't know which one is faster, to have this kind of option that you can have a selector, because now it's a selector, and how would it look if you select within the loop item and then within that child again. But it's nice that they offer the option for this.
Later on what this one's actually doing make more sense doing this right inside of the builder. Right. Target,
and then also here you can see
doesn't make sense
detector.
Because I can further customize it and to style inside the currently active element on the canvas. So I'm currently editing the template element, right? And what do we want to do? We want to style the element ID. It shows me the class and it shows me the HTML tag.
Then you can see
just like before.
Things are set, and the lowest one is the one selected. So that's awesome that you have some kind of
currently edited that we edited before.
Yeah.
If you hover over this little code bracket icon, it also shows you all of the other available selectors on this element. And so that's going to be either the element ID, the continue
and then you can make changes to visually, contextual spacing.
Because of the default spacing rules of bricks, text you use on your page and that you want to
remove default margins and you can add them as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, reset the margins spacing. But that's basically.
So this will be a child selector, I can
imagine.
imagine.
You can see now everything inside of my post content element for sure. Like here now we have reset on EM and now you can see.
Yeah, so for every paragraph afterwards, they will add a spacing. I don't know if it's a margin or padding, but at least it will be added by default and you can add the spacing here.
Every paragraph that's preceded by an apply spacing to, right? And it can be any selector that
and then you can also add
I want to. So in my case now, I know that I want to apply. Those are the ones that the contextual.
It's nice that you can set this up for your theme styling.
Spacing applied. And yeah, with this class set now created, of course, now I can easily retrieve it just from my list down here. You can see that it's being applied to the elements inside of my container, right?
Yeah, gap could also be, but it's specifically after the heading. When a heading has something afterwards and it's a paragraph, it will be added. So I think it's a CSS selector, and that's also the case with the paragraph. I think that this will be a has condition, something like that.
Could be anything else. It doesn't need to be a CSS clause. So let's just say I'm going to define. You want to combine this with other actions. You can also hook this up and just say you also want to send an email off
to send information from your forms to, for instance, ActiveCampaign or whatever.
There are additional options here for Bricks 2.0.
Having maps available. That's awesome.
So let's just jump right into the builder. And I've set up.
Coincidentally, we're trying to work on something at work with using maps, but it's using OpenStreetMaps, not Google Maps. So I hope
that maps will be. Here. The first one is using the static addresses, so that's nothing.
So I hope that will be available as well.
Here was already
query loop map. That's awesome.
How everything was working. Create a new address, and then I can pop right. So in the second case now here, what I did, and 5, 6, all 6 show now here on the map.
this look is still also using Google
results. We somehow need to provide the
properties.
And then the country, of course, normally you would have the proper address using the street name and the house address as well, right?
With ATF, you also have a way of selecting something, so I wonder how that will work.
But just for simplicity's sake, this is how I've set it up here. Is that
it's coming later.
Instead of just using
that would be awesome.
Our address, we can, and then some images. It's gonna be rendered. What I did text inside of this pop-up quickly on the front end, right? So this is my query loop map, and if I click on any of the markers, it will open up my pop-up template.
Gorgeous villa in Amsterdam,
which is then rendering here the feed.
Well, that's very cheap, $750,000 US. That's very cheap for a gorgeous villa in Amsterdam.
Image as the post name property page, right?
If I had the money, I would buy it, but I'm not that rich.
So this is a beautifully designed pop-up. Is the ability to show you how you can set this up in the builder. See down here, we've got a map. As you remember, we have 6 properties. Then on the second page, also if I perform the search here, my query results update, but also the map results update. So if I'm searching for something here, so let's just say I'm looking for map updates according to the loop vault. Yeah, it updates now in the options. If I go to the second page.
This is something that CrocoBlock solves with their filters, but also ACF with other plugins solves, and Bricks now does this in one go. That's awesome.
Again, the query results update functionality, you can select it from that list as well. And yeah, those are the new capabilities.
The WooCommerce kind of things. I'm not interested in that because I'm not using that one.
For the image components also received an upgrade in Bricks 2.0. You can now nest components within each other. So I'm just going to show you how that one works now inside of the builder. And also we plan to remove the experimental stage tag from components, so you can start using them in live and production websites. In the Bricks 2.0 final release, there are also plenty of bug fixes with in regards to components. So definitely make sure to check out the full changelog below to see all the other component changes. And of course, after Bricks 2.0, we're also going to continue to further upgrade components. It's definitely not in any final stage. Of course, it's not experimental. That we're also going to update soon on the roadmap as well. Required. That's especially the case here when it comes to styles.
So no showcasing.
Now, last but not least, let's talk about some breaking changes, which of course we always try to keep to an absolute minimum, but of course in order to properly move forward without too much technical depth.
Then you can set the priority.
And there's some changes.
Perhaps Elementor is using that as well to set priority for certain classes. You can do that with layers.
Required. That's especially the case here when it comes to styles. Of cascade layers and back default, and so you should not have any problems anymore. All of those reported bugs in regards to cascade layers.
Nice.
All right. If you also want to learn still,
and there are a lot of deprecated global elements. Oh, I'm really excited about all these features that both Bricks and Elementor a little bit, but especially Bricks Builder is releasing, and Elementor I'm very excited that they add the power to the people that are 12% of the people that are using it. So 1 of 8 in 8 websites. Putting down the headphones. So I think it's really amazing just to see how they are building all these things, and very excited actually for the upcoming time to test out the Bricks 2.0 and also testing out the site planner editor v4. It looks nice to finally be able to use it with Elementor, and I just want to test that to see how viable it is. But I guess we can only run it in a production website when it's really ready, and that takes time. So perhaps not even this year, but the year afterwards it will be available. So halfway 2026 we can fully use v4 in production websites. We'll see. But for Bricks, they will move much faster. So very excited about this one as well to test it out. We've been at this for more than 1 hour. So I think it's enough for today. I thank you for watching. I hope this will help you out. Let me know which builder makes you more excited, Elementor or the Bricks Builder. And as always, keep designing. And now I have to stop the stream.